we're back.
Yeah, it's midnight, the witching hour, and we're here to do Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
It's actually called Season of the Witch?
It's called Season of the Witch, baby.
Oh my god. Welcome back to Beware the Board, a podcast where we review horror movies and talk about them. And this week we're doing Halloween 3.
Yeah, so if you've been tuning in live
as they come out, you mean?
Yeah, last Friday we released the first Halloween movie.
Yeah, which is sick. Like that movie.
2 days ago on Monday,
Halloween 2.
Halloween 2, which Bob
sick ass movie.
loved.
Awesome.
And tonight we're doing Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
I didn't know this one would get like a moniker like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking rad. Okay.
Now, first Halloween movie with moniker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, think about that.
Uh-huh. It's the third one.
Are you ready, Bob?
I'm excited.
Third Halloween movie of the night.
I like the second one, and if this one is better than the second one, I'll be fucking having a blast.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh.
But I'm not sure how much I like this movie.
Okay.
I had to include it today because this is on our Halloween category.
Mm-hmm.
This is the most Halloween of the Halloween franchise.
Okay. All right.
I think.
I'm down with that. That makes sense.
I was telling Bob this off screen. For this square,
yeah.
I was deciding between doing 2 movies and 3 movies. Originally, I decided on 2. I was like, the original Halloween duology, because it's basically one mega film.
Yeah.
And I really went back and forth, and I eventually just went, and 3. Because I thought, I didn't know where else I'd put this movie in. But
fair.
Also, I was just like, I would feel bad if I didn't include Halloween 3 on the Halloween category board.
Makes sense.
If I'm doing Halloween. So, I guess you ready for me to get into it?
I'm excited.
All right. So it's a 1982 movie.
So this came out a year after.
It came out a year after the last movie.
Holy shit. Okay.
That's not that bad of a turnaround because if the second one came out at the beginning of 1981 and this came out late.
Yeah, I know, but that's like wild to think like it was 3 between the first 2 and then 1 between the 2 and 3.
Yeah, but that's a more accurate time period for movies. Movies can get made in a year or 2.
Yeah.
A lot of times. I mean, filming for most movies only usually takes like a month.
Really? That's wild.
I mean, it can take longer, it can take shorter, but they can do filming really quickly. It's all the behind-the-scenes stuff that is a lot slower. Anyways, it's an hour and 38 minutes long.
Yeah.
So it's the longest Halloween movie we've
only
watched
by
so
a couple
far.
minutes, though.
Well, yeah, by 6. You ready for this epic IMDb score?
Oh, is it really bad?
5.1 out of 10.
So it's the lowest rated one we've seen.
I mean, yeah. There's been a downward decline.
All right, well.
It's rated R, though.
All right, good.
Could have been PG-13.
I don't want to see a PG-13 movie ever again.
So, I'm going to tell you the interesting fact before we
Oh.
get into the description.
Okay.
Remember how I said the last 2 ones that John Carpenter and Deborah Hill planned on this being like a franchise movie where each movie was different?
Yeah.
They followed through with this movie.
Oh!
This is not a Michael Myers movie.
Are you serious?
This is the first and only film of the Halloween franchise to not feature Michael Myers.
He's not in this movie at all?
Nope.
I was excited.
I know.
wanted to see Michael.
I know you were.
What
Mikey
is
Boy isn't in this movie.
This is bullshit. Now
Yeah.
I'm mad.
So they made the first 2 movies, and because they were told basically you have to bring Michael Myers back for a second movie.
Yeah.
And they did.
Glad they did. Good movie.
And it's a good movie, and then they killed him at the end of the second movie.
Yeah.
And the studio was like, all right, you guys can make the movie you actually wanted to make.
God
So
damn it.
they got to do something completely different.
Oh, this is
And
a fucking witch movie, Ben.
I think that's so interesting, and it's why I couldn't leave it alone, because it doesn't fit in with the rest of the franchise.
This is makes me mad, but also is very cool.
I showed you the timeline picture, and I'm so glad you didn't notice, because at the bottom, it had all the timelines, and at the very bottom, it was just Halloween 3 with a question mark next to it, because it's
Really?
an unrelated timeline.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
So, yeah,
Okay.
I think it's a super cool movie.
I just came up with a funny episode title. I'll tell you later.
It's very different. Oh, yeah, getting into episode titles, you guys already know the first episode is...
Ben loves Dr. Loomis.
And the second episode?
Ben still loves Dr. Loomis.
I think the third episode, the one you're listening to right now, should be Where's Dr. Loomis?
Okay, that one's fucking funny. I was gonna say, where the fuck is Michael?
I think we got to keep up with the
Dr.
Loomis trilogy.
Yeah, okay, that's good. That's funny. That's good.
All right, so the description for this movie, which I'm going to pause myself again because I showed Bob. I have 3/4 of a page worth of notes for the first movie.
Yep.
Half a page for the second movie, and a whole page to the very bottom for this movie.
Jesus
I had to
fucking
fit things in.
Christ. Okay.
All right, so the description. Kids all across America want a silver shamrock mask this Halloween season.
What?
That's the description you're getting.
Is this a Leprechaun movie?
Silver Shamrock's a company.
Oh.
And they make Halloween masks.
Silver Shamrock.
So basically, all the kids across America
want
a mask from this company this Halloween season.
No. Is this one of those fucking movies where kids put on masks and the mask melt to their face?
No.
Oh, thank God. That's something I'm not cool with.
Noteworthy people in this film. Tom Atkins is playing Daniel Chalice.
That name sounds familiar.
He's Remy in Escape from New York.
I've never
Have you ever seen Escape
that.
from New York? That's
No.
another John Carpenter film.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty funny.
Okay.
Basically, if I haven't seen it in forever, but if I remember right, New York City is like a penitentiary. Like the whole aisle
Oh my God.
of Manhattan is a penitentiary.
Holy shit.
And the president just ends up stranded there in a serial murder played by oh my God, the guy from The Thing.
Oh my God.
It's not Burt Reynolds.
No.
It's
I know who you're talking about, but I don't know his
McCready.
name. Yep.
I mean, I don't remember the actor's name.
I don't know
now.
the actor's name either.
But he has to rescue him, and he's got an eye patch.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so bad shit. I love it. The other person, Stacey Nelkins as Ellie Grimbridge.
Stacey Nelkins. No idea.
Not a huge actor, but she appears in The A-Team, the original TV show.
Oh, that's cool. I never
She was
watched
also
that, but I've
on
heard
The
of it.
Twilight Zone, the original TV show.
I never watched Twilight Zone, but I've heard good things.
I love The Twilight Zone.
I heard
It's so good.
I've heard it was scary, so I didn't watch it. Like most scary things.
It's like old scary.
Yeah.
It's suspenseful and it's unnerving.
Makes sense.
It is not scary. It creeps me out sometimes, though. I really like it. Because it's just, some episodes are really good cosmic horror and unnerving stuff. It's very good.
I've seen some clips and been absolutely fucking pants-shittingly
I
scared.
like the original black and white run, though. All right. Last person to mention, Dan O'Harely is playing Connell Cochran.
Fucking name. Jesus Christ.
Now, are you familiar with RoboCop?
I've never seen RoboCop, but I know who RoboCop is.
Okay, well, he's the old man in RoboCop.
I don't know who that is.
That is the guy who owns the company that RoboCop's from.
Ah, okay.
He's just called the old man. He doesn't have a name. But
Okay.
he's basically the big bad in that franchise.
Oh, okay.
So,
cool.
Big actor. Not big, but
Important.
yeah. So this movie is directed by Tommy Lee Wallace.
I thought you were going to say Tommy Lee Jones, and I was going to lose it.
I used to look a lot like a young Tommy Lee Jones.
Weird flex, but okay.
It's not a weird flex. It's just like every time I think Tommy Lee Jones,
All right.
there's this picture
Of you.
and it looks like me with a shaved head,
Oh, okay.
like a buzz cut when I was like 16.
Mm.
Anyways, it's his first writer-director credit,
Okay.
although he wrote Amityville 2, like Amityville
Oh, the
Horror,
second one? I never saw
the
that.
same
or
year.
Oh.
This one came out first. From what I can
Interesting.
tell,
Okay.
but it's the same year. It is the first and only Halloween film not to feature Michael Myers. We
Yep.
discussed this. You
And
are
kind of upsetting. to be
super
honest.
excited for that. It was intended to kick off the original Halloween anthology idea.
Oh,
that
okay.
John Carpenter.
So they
developed.
originally wanted to release this first.
No, in the sense that like they tried to be done with Michael Myers,
Mm.
and so like this was like their attempt at finally fulfilling that idea and kicking off that anthology movie series.
That makes sense. Okay.
So yeah, that didn't work out.
No. Well, they got a good movie out of it, though.
Budget of the film $2.5 million.
Okay. So less or more than the first one, less than the second one.
Oh yeah. Also, I fucked up.
Oh, did you?
The last film, $2.5 million budget, not $25 million budget.
That makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
I thought, okay.
My dot kind of blended in with my my 2.
Well, at least we're retconning
They'll know
it
now.
Yeah, they'll know now if they watch this one.
So don't flame us up in the comments.
No, don't do that. It's mean.
I'm sorry. My handwriting's fine, but it's
My handwriting is bad.
it's kind of close together. Anyways, $2.5 million budget, so the same as the last film,
Okay.
which is pretty good because
I mean, that's a pretty big budget, yeah.
they
I don't know
knew
when
it
this one
wasn't
came out.
a Michael Myers film. It came out a year later.
Yeah, so
But they knew it wasn't a Michael Myers film, but they still gave him the same budget.
because I mean, they're good, man. They're good at making movies.
Yeah, I know, but it shows a level of not trust, but
I would say respect.
like we made a deal with you, so we're gonna give you the money like you wanted.
Mhm.
We'll give you the same thing.
Which is cool.
With that being said, the box office was only $14.4 million.
7 times your budget, though.
It is. It's a good turnout. Not like the
Good.
greatest,
No, not Terrifier 2 levels.
but compared to the last one that made 10 times its budget
Yeah.
at $25.5 million.
Well, hear me out. If I just watched the first 2 Michael Myers films and you hit me with Halloween 3 and it's not a Michael Myers movie, I'm gonna be mad.
Well, I think that was the general consensus when people saw this. They were
Yeah.
like, "Where the fuck's Michael?"
That's what I'm asking.
But again, it's because Michael was supposed to just be in the first movie. He wasn't supposed to become an icon. He was supposed to be a one and done. Apparently, he worked too well.
He's too good at his job.
The original screenplay was written by Nigel Neal. Neal spelled weird. Kneale.
okay, that is weird.
He did the Quartermaster Experiment.
I don't know what
something
that
he
is.
wrote. It's a British science fiction. I think it's a TV show, but he's
okay.
a British science fiction writer.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Eventually, though, he didn't get credited for the script. He's uncredited
Oh, that
because
sucks.
he disagreed with changes they made to the script.
Oh, okay,
eventually.
well, that makes sense.
But I want you to think about this. The original script, the basis for the script they eventually used, was written by a British science fiction writer.
Oh, it's gonna get weird, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna get weird fast. Oh, no.
This film features masks.
Mm-hmm.
There is a skull,
Okay,
a jack-o'-lantern,
okay.
which I think is kind of similar to the jack-o'-lantern we seen in Halloween 2's
Oh,
poster.
yeah.
That's why I pointed it out. And a witch. And they were all made by Don Post Studios.
Okay,
I want you to keep that name in mind because we'll come back to that.
okay.
So the film features a jingle
Oh, that's
for
cool.
the masks.
Oh,
It's going to worm your way in it. It's going to like worm its way into your head.
gross.
I'm sorry.
That's
but
okay.
the tune is London Bridge is Falling Down.
Oh,
So if you're wondering.
okay.
Music, John Carpenter again.
Thank God. Thank God they have good music.
And Alan Howarth. Howarth?
Sure. I can't read it.
So we're going to come back to Don Post.
Okay.
So Don Post is often dubbed the godfather of Halloween. And
Oh.
he created and sold some of the first rubber masks.
Oh, that's really cool.
I just wanted to mention him here because, that's a big deal.
It is a big deal. Halloween is predicated on the fact that you get to wear a spooky mask, usually.
So, very importantly, he made masks for Tor Johnson, which was an original creature actor back in the golden age of monster movies for Universal,
That's real rad.
as well as William Shatner, including the mask used in the original Halloween
Are you
movies.
serious? That's
Yeah.
actually really cool.
So he made that first because he was the first guy making essentially rubber masks.
yeah, that's really rad, honestly.
Eventually, he made masks for Hellraiser and Halloween 3, so this movie, with his company, Don Post Studios. Now, here's another unrelated fact to this movie,
yeah.
and I really wanted to mention it because I think it's worth mentioning.
Okay.
So apparently, you know Woody Allen, right?
Yeah, I know Woody Allen.
So he made a film in 1979 called Manhattan.
Yeah.
Allegedly,
Allegedly.
it was based on his relationship with Stacey Nelkins,
Oh.
which is the woman who plays Ellie Grimbridge in this movie.
Yeah.
And so it's based on her relationship with Allen, who she met on set of Annie Hall, which is another one of his movies,
Okay.
when she was 16.
Oh, Woody Allen's a freak, dude.
Allegedly, though.
God.
Allegedly.
God, you gotta quit saying allegedly.
I don't want to say anything for sure, but you know what I'm getting at.
Uh-huh.
Allegedly, their relationship began when Nelkin was 17 and attending New York's Stuyvesant High School, and Allen was 42.
Oh.
Although they did meet when she was 16, so
Woody Allen needs to stop.
yeah, this was where some of the original stuff came from. If you didn't know, Manhattan is about an older man falling in love with a teenager and stuff.
Oh,
It's
awesome.
I looked it up
love
because I was
that.
like, what does that mean? It's based on the relationship. It sounds like
It sounds like it might be.
It sounds like it's based on
one-to-one.
that. Yeah.
I mean, do you know the thing about Woody Allen and his adopted daughter?
No. I know he's kind of in trouble for being just
Gross.
gross.
I don't know. I don't remember all the facts, but basically, he was married to this one for a really long time, and then they split up, and they had an adopted daughter, and then he started dating his adopted daughter.
Oh no!
Yeah,
That's
I'm
some
pretty sure-
grooming.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I could be wrong. I might not be wrong, but I mean,
Allegedly. Just say allegedly.
Allegedly, Woody Allen is
Yeah.
banging his adopted daughter.
But Stacey Nelkins went on. She does some interesting stuff now.
Oh, really?
She does relationship advice stuff.
That's cool.
And
I think she has the right to after dating
relationship
Woody
advice
Allen.
stuff, and then I believe she also does some substance abuse therapy. I could be wrong because it's been a while since I did these notes, but
Yeah.
she went on to do some fun stuff now that she doesn't do acting anymore.
That's really cool. Giving back to the community.
I think she does some YouTube stuff and some writing stuff.
That's pretty rad.
After this film,
Yeah.
it would be 6 years until another Halloween movie.
6 years?
Yeah, so for some reason the series was thought to be killed by this movie. Can't imagine why.
So this came out in 82, so in 88 the movie series came back?
Yeah.
God damn. I wonder why this killed it. I
Because
wonder why.
Something about people were mad that it wasn't Michael Myers. and
I'm
then
mad that it wasn't Michael
maybe
Myers.
this film wasn't the greatest, and
Okay, so
it's
here's
that
my
perfect
question.
combination.
Do you think I'll find this movie scary?
I'm so bad at judging that, right? Because
Oh, okay.
I thought you'd find Haunt really scary, and you didn't find that one scary.
No, it's just some dudes, man.
Although I think you're starting to slowly change your mind on just some dudes, so we'll find out.
I am slowly changing my mind on just some dudes. The Strangers really fucked me up.
Although you were drunk for that one.
I was drunk, but I got the feel back when I listened to the audio.
We'll have to watch that again as a special of Sober Bob.
No, I don't want to do that.
Sober Bob watches The Strangers.
I don't want to do that.
I don't know if you'll find this one scary. It's been a long, long time since I've seen this movie. And
Oh,
I've only
really?
seen it once.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
How many? You've seen Halloween 2 multiple times?
probably a couple times. Mostly in the background because they just play at Halloween parties and stuff like that. And it's a classic, right?
God, it's so good.
Not that you'd ever seen it, but
No,
it's very good.
I can't listen. Okay, I
Bob's like, what have I been missing out on?
that's what I'm saying. I was always so afraid of horror movies as a child because I was very scarred by The Exorcist at like about 7.
Yeah, you still think that's the scariest movie you ever
That
seen?
might be the scariest movie I've ever seen. Okay, I haven't watched it since then because I couldn't do it. And we started this show, and I was like, you know what? Terrifier was pretty good. I liked that one.
Yeah.
Eight-Legged Freaks,
Yeah,
meh. Haunt, meh. Arachnophobia, it was okay.
those were the movies I wasn't
Strangers-
confident about. So,
Yeah,
I was confident about The
it
Strangers,
freaked me out.
but you were kind of too drunk.
I was
to
too
remember
drunk
that.
to remember that. Wreck, good movies.
Yeah.
Good movies.
Yeah.
These, fantastic.
Yep.
So now I'm just like, okay, well, what else have I got in store that I don't fucking know I like?
And I always like to say this, but people group all horror movies together, even
Yeah.
though it's a huge genre that
Dude, there's so much random shit in here.
So many categories, so many subgenres. People throw in thriller movies.
It's so, like,
There's so much stuff.
I'm so mad that I'm just now doing this,
And-
honestly. Oh.
It's also just such an approachable category for directors that there's a bazillion movies.
Yeah.
Some are good, some are bad.
Some are really bad.
A lot of them are very, I don't want to use the word avant-garde, but they push the envelope for what is acceptable at the time period they come out.
Yeah.
And they make something new.
Because, I mean, what is horror but shock and awe? You know what I mean?
Yep. And it's just a changing medium. There's different time periods for it.
Yeah.
Things change. There's different like subcategories and subgenres that like gain popularity and die off and then come back. Slashers is the best example.
Yeah.
It came up. There were so many slasher movies that it killed horror for a while, and then it came back in like the 90s.
Yeah. With what?
With Scream. Yeah.
Oh.
And great. But yeah, my last note, tagline,
Oh, hell yeah.
which how have you been liking taglines? I made sure to add them all.
I like hearing
think
them
they're
before
fun.
the movie. Yeah, it's very interesting too. Because like a lot of films pick like something stupid or cheesy. Like the first Halloween's is so cheesy, bro.
Yeah.
It
Well,
doesn't fit the film at all.
Sometimes they're like something to sell you,
yeah,
and sometimes they're a very good description.
Yeah.
Like the one for Halloween 2,
I mean,
which
yeah.
was Jesus,
It
what
was-
was it? More of the Night He Came Home.
yeah, it makes
It's
total sense.
Such a good example.
Yeah.
Or the one for The Strangers was pretty good.
Oh yeah. Because you were home.
Because You Were Home.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, the tagline for this one is ... and now the earth will run with blood again.
No, are you fucking? No way. No
Bob has
way.
no idea what's happening in this movie.
No, I'm. I'm kind of mad.
There's children with mass. It's
Michael-
written by
Michael's
a science
not there?
fiction author. Michael's
somewhere.
somewhere, and the earth's gonna run with blood. It's
Awesome.
the season of the witch. It's the witching hour. You ready to go?
Yeah, we'll go watch this movie.
Oh, you know what's a great song?
What?
Season of the Witch.
I don't know that song. Who's that by?
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna pull it up, but first we're gonna cut so we don't get copyright strike.
Yeah, we'll see you guys when we get back from the movie.
Yeah,
Bye.
ciao.
Hi, everybody. We're
Hi.
back.
Yeah.
We just finished Halloween 3.
Yeah, I think I have an important question for you, Bob.
Yeah.
Where was Dr. Loomis?
I'm going to fucking hurt you one of these days.
Follow.
You're going to
question.
say something stupid. And don't ask me that one. Don't ask me that.
how
Don't
many-
ask me that. No, Ben, I'm serious. I'll fucking stab you. I have a pencil in my hand. I'll kill you on mic. I will kill you on record.
How many days till Halloween, Bob?
What's the date? What's today's date? Hold on. What's the day? What the way we're recording this?
Well, a day just changed, but it's November 27th.
7th.
Yeah.
No fucking idea. And I don't care.
Okay.
There.
Would
Have
you
that.
say it's more than 2 days left till Halloween? Halloween? All right. So,
Fucking theme song. I swear
I'm
to
sorry.
God.
Bob's getting us off topic.
Whoa! This is the last episode. I give up after this one. I'm done. No more. No more episodes of this show. This movie broke me. This movie didn't break me. Ben broke me.
All right. So,
Okay. Halloween 3.
yeah, Halloween
The
3.
Witching Hour.
Season of the Witch.
Oh, sorry. Season of the Witch, not the
Yeah.
Witching Hour. That's my bad.
Let's get down into the movie breakdown of what happens.
Sure.
So, the film opens with
Yeah.
this guy
Just some dude
running.
running,
And there's a car behind him,
chasing him.
chasing him.
Ends up at a gas station.
He runs through a junkyard.
Yeah.
And he gets attacked by this guy in like
A suit and tie.
a suit a tie, black gloves.
Yep, black rubber gloves.
And he looks like he should review, like, I don't know, fast food in his car.
He looks like the review bra guy from what is the channel's name? I can't
YouTube?
remember. But no, but there's a specific name for the channel. It's like Review of the Week.
I don't know.
But yeah, he looks like the review bra guy who eats like Taco Bell and stuff and reviews it and talks. He's a strange man, but
he's choking this random dude out, and the guy manages to pull a block out from under the car.
Under the car behind him, and it squishes him.
And it squishes him.
And then he's able to escape.
And I want to note this for Bob, and I don't want to explain yet why. But if you pay attention when the guy gets squished, there's like a weird crescendo noise that's almost synth-like.
Oh.
And he like arches back.
Yeah.
Like all the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's very odd.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah. Anyways, random guy crawls away, and he makes his way to a gas station.
Yep. Where he meets another random man whose name we don't know.
Yeah, but he's real nice.
He's the nicest man.
He just wants to help everyone out.
Yeah. So the dude that was running from the dude in the suit passes out in the gas station.
He meets the gas station man. The gas station man takes him to the hospital.
Because he passed out. He looks like he's having a rough time.
And that's where we meet our main character,
Dr. Callus.
Dr. Callus. He's a little callous.
He's
a heavy
quite
drinker.
callous.
He's
a
an
divorced
alcoholic.
dad with 2 kids.
Yeah, he doesn't spend any time with them.
None. He tries, kinda. He tells them he will. He tells them he will, but
He lies.
He'd rather have sex with this woman. Random.
Yeah,
it's a whole thing. Bad
The
dad.
one thing I learned from this movie, Dr. Callus has so much game.
Oh, he gets mad women. It's insane.
Like
He's always hitting on nurses at the hospital.
he slaps this one nurse's ass, and then there's the person in toxicology who he goes on dates with.
Yep.
And then that's not even the most egregious one.
No,
We'll get
not
into
at
that.
all.
But basically, he puts the guy who was running away in a room.
Yep.
And it cuts, and one of the guys with the gloves and the suits.
Hold on. Let's not skip this part. They're bringing him in, and the dude wakes up.
Oh yeah.
While he's on the gurney, and he's like, "They'll kill us all," and he's like holding one of the pumpkin masks.
Yeah, he's holding a pumpkin mask from Silver Shamrock.
Yeah, which you've heard the commercial for.
Which
already.
I would like to say, he wakes up when a Silver Shamrock commercial plays.
Yeah, and then he says, "They'll kill us all."
So something's going on.
Something's going on. Something.
It definitely
suspicious.
doesn't involve Silver Shamrock, though.
I don't think so.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Unrelated.
Yeah. Just a cool company, man.
Yeah. Anyways, they put him in a room, and all of a sudden comes in like one of those guys that was chasing him.
One of the suitmen. One of the dudes in suits.
Which I think now's the perfect time to mention. Dick Warlock's in this movie.
Dick Warlock is in this movie.
That's the guy who played
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers in the last movie.
The last movie.
He's like the really cool assassin.
He's the assassin that kills this guy.
I don't think so.
I think he is.
I think
pretty
he's
sure.
He's the one.
No, he's not. You're right. He's in the factory later.
Yeah.
This assassin actually. Well, I won't spoil it.
So
we'll get to it.
This assassin, and this part was the first no moment for Bob.
Yeah, this is the fucking rough part.
When this
I
assassin
forgot about this, by the way.
takes his fingers, he makes them into like a little pinching gesture.
Yep.
And he shoves his fingers in the man's eyes.
Yep. And while
hooks
covering his
inwards.
mouth so he can't scream.
Yeah. Hooks inwards and then pulls the bridge of his nose
Out.
like between his eye sockets out.
And kills him like
And
that.
kills him.
It's fucking foul.
And then he slowly walks away past a nurse.
Nurse is freaking out.
Nurse is freaking out.
Because she's like, this guy just fucking killed somebody.
Slowly walks outside, no emotion.
Wakes Dr. Callus up from his nap with her screaming.
Yeah.
Because he was on the couch.
She starts
freaking
running
napping.
after this guy.
Yeah. He's
This-
chasing him.
This dude has been to the Michael Myers school of walking away from things. He's walking,
Slow.
but he's somehow outmoving this man running.
Yeah.
Anyways, he goes back into his car, immediately pours gasoline on himself, lights himself on fire, and the whole car explodes.
Yep. So then the police show up and are like trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
And yeah, at this point, there's 7 more days till Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween. 7 more days till Halloween.
You don't
Silver
have to
Shamrock?
Sing, you don't have to sing the theme song.
I wasn't
every time.
singing. I was just stating.
You don't have to chant the theme song every
Anyways,
time.
at this point, there's a time skip.
Yeah.
Because basically the dude's daughter comes in to
Yep.
identify the body, and yeah, that's it. There's a time skip.
Yeah, and she's like convinced that she knows someone murdered her dad, but she wants to find out why.
Well, they tell her it was just a drug dealer.
Yeah, they're like, it's a drug thing. And she's like, you're telling me someone who does, like, some just drug addict did this to my dad, then blew themselves up in their own car? That's insane.
Yeah.
Which is, like, fair. I understand that.
So 7 days later, Dr. Alcoholic.
Dr. Alcoholic.
sitting at
Dr.
a
Bad
bar.
Dad.
He's such a bad dad.
He's such a shitty dad.
Like, such a bad dad. Also, his ex-wife made the insinuation, which I totally believe, that he was drinking while on call.
Oh, he was,
And
for
gets
sure.
called into work to
Yeah,
be
deal
a
with the
doctor.
guy. Yeah, because the other doctor went home.
inebriated, which is real bad.
Yeah, it's a bit.
That's a malpractice
Rough.
suit waiting to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's sitting at a bar drinking, go figure, watching some cartoons about cannabis.
That was not a weed plant, dude.
That was a weed plant.
Okay, whatever.
Watching some cannabis cartoons,
Cannabis cartoons, my favorite.
and Silver Shamrock commercial comes
yeah,
on.
another Silver Shamrock ad.
There's 3 more days till Halloween.
2.
2 more days?
Pretty sure it's 2.
Okay, 2 more days till Halloween.
Because
Silver Shamrock.
now he joins Ellie,
Yeah.
Ellie, the
So
girl.
I guess you're right. It's the 29th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ellie comes into the bar and she's like, I saw you came to the funeral, thank you, whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, something's weird's going on. So they go to the dead store.
Yeah, because he's basically they're tying all of this back to the mask he had whenever he was like, or
Yeah.
basically she's trying to retrace his steps for the couple of days before he died to try and figure out why he ended up where he did.
And the doctor mentions that he woke up and was like,
they'll kill us.
they'll kill us all. And he's like, I didn't mention it earlier, but it's kind of weird now that I think about it.
Yeah.
So they go to the dude's store
Yeah.
and they look through his ledger of like
to make
appointments.
sure, yeah, and his like schedule and his calendar and stuff.
And they know the appointment he didn't go to was to meet this person.
For dinner.
Yeah, on the 21st.
Which was the night that we started on.
Yeah, but they know the day before he was going to the Silver Shamrock
Factory in Santa
to pick up a
something.
I
think it's Santa Maria.
No, it's a town just for this movie. I don't think it's Santa Maria.
It had
it
a
might
name.
be.
It's
Santa something.
It was Santa something. I just watched this movie and I don't remember.
But they decide to go there.
Yeah, because like that was the last thing he did before he died.
They go to a hotel. They
Yeah,
pretend
the
to be
motel.
a couple.
Yep.
Which now's the time I get to say that this dude at least 55.
Probably. I think you're probably right. I would say anywhere from 45 to 60, somewhere in that range.
He definitely didn't have kids though until he graduated from med school.
Probably not.
So
because they're not that old.
They're not that old.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd guess he's at least 55.
Ellie probably early 20s.
Ellie probably early 20s. Although later in the movie, Dr. Mann asks Ellie how old she is,
And she does not give a clear answer.
but what does she say, Bob? It's a red flag.
Older than you think.
Yup.
Gross.
Yeah, that sounds like something that someone who's underage would say.
Yeah. So anyway, they're hanging out in this hotel
they're
room.
hanging out at the hotel room, and he's like, because they're trying to fake being a couple.
Yeah, because they want to not stick out.
Because they're trying to investigate this small town community.
Yeah. And the whole time they're here, by the way, everyone is giving them weird looks. They're definitely like the weird ones in the group.
They're the only people there who aren't.
They're the only people
living
that
there.
aren't living there, yeah.
Although, at the same time they get there, we get to meet Marge.
Yep.
Who's like...
Someone who bought a mask and is coming to complain directly to the factory about it.
Yeah. I think she's a seller, though. She's like another seller, and she has a...
Oh, yeah. She mentions coming to pick up an order. That's what it was.
She's picking up an order, but she has a defective mask she brought with her.
Yeah, to give back.
And then the top salesman of the company.
Buddy Comfort.
Yeah.
Buddy Comfort, and he brought his wife and his kid, Betty and Little Buddy.
Betty Comfort and Little Buddy Comfort.
Little Buddy's a shit.
He flicks off his mom. His mom's like, don't ride that bicycle in the street. And he's
Yeah.
like,
Fuck
you. Now,
Yeah, little bastard man.
they're not a great family.
No.
Their introduction is they almost run over the doctor dude.
By chucking
And
a
then-
bike off the side of their
The
RV.
bike flies off the RV and almost hits him.
Yeah. And then Buddy rides away and gives him all the finger.
But long story short, they look at the ledger for the hotel.
Yep. To see that who or checked in and stuff.
Yeah, they saw that the dad checked in there.
Yep.
Then they go back to the hotel room.
They're trying to figure out what happened to him in this town.
And they're like, the girl, Ellie, is like, we should go investigate the factory right now. And obviously the dude's like, nah, it's late. I need a drink. Which tells me it's probably 5 p.m. because the next scene we see at 6 p.m.
Yep.
And it seems like at least a couple hours later.
Yep.
But they're in the hotel room and he's just like, so I can get another hotel room or go sleep in my car. It's more comfortable than sleeping on the floor.
Yeah. Trying to make her feel comfortable.
Yeah. And
Which is nice.
she isn't even looking at him and she turns around. Trying to act coy, and she's like, where do you want to sleep?
Oh, God, it's so weird.
They totally bang right then.
Yeah, they totally fuck. And then it cut. So I think the next thing we see is him walking around with a bottle in the alley.
So it's
drinking,
nighttime. So it's after curfew.
Which is 6 p.m., by the way.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
That tells you it's a totalitarian weird
and also,
town.
there are cameras fucking everywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
And
that's
all
also
these,
part of it.
and the dudes in suits that murdered her dad are everywhere, standing on roofs, looking at people, watching.
You don't see him yet, though.
You don't see them yet, but I'm saying like they are there.
Yeah.
They're hiding, like watching and stuff.
But he's out after curfew. He bought a bottle of liquor because he's an alcoholic.
And he runs into some homeless man.
Yeah, and he gives the homeless man a drink, and the homeless man starts talking about rumors he heard about the factory and how he's gonna like get some Molotov cocktails
Blow it up.
and blow it up before Halloween.
Yep.
And the doctor finds this weird, but they end up going separate ways.
Yeah. The doctor's like, I gotta get back to my room.
So
and then
he
the
goes
homeless
back to the
man's
hotel.
going back to his hovel,
Yeah, and he's in his hovel in the junkyard,
eating white bread with spray cheese on it.
and two big dudes walk up to him.
Yep.
One of them, I don't know. The other one's fucking Dick Warlock.
Dick Warlock rolls up.
Dick Warlock grabs him and rips his head off.
Like, full on, just, like, grab him by the fucking side of the face and just rip.
It's a slow twist turn.
It's a slow twist turn, but it's fucking brutal.
Yeah, the guy behind him holds his shoulder, so
Yeah.
there's some pull apart
Oh.
action.
That was a pretty cool effect, too.
Yeah.
The practical looked really good on that.
So after that kill, we cut to
Ellie.
Ellie
getting out of the shower.
I would like to note they don't show anything.
No, it's all behind,
which is surprising.
like,
one of those
textured
opaque
glass.
Yeah. Although I will say she wears the tiniest towel ever.
Yeah.
Which is very...
I almost thought we were going to see her full vagina because of how short that towel was.
It's odd. Like, they don't show anything in the full shot, and then they put the smallest towel on her.
Yep. And then she wraps herself in the bedsheet.
I guess it's better than showing something, but
Yeah.
it just felt like they really wanted to, and then the actress was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Which is, I mean, fine.
That's fair. It just...
Weird.
It stood out to me.
Yeah, it was a
as,
weird
like,
choice.
It feels like it's written for her to be nude, but she refused.
Yeah.
Long story short, she puts on some lingerie off screen.
Yep. Dr. Callis shows back up.
And she unwraps herself.
Yeah, and basically they bang.
They bang.
He's over there sucking on her titties.
Yeah, one
titty.
One titty. Which, again, weird thing. I keep saying this. It's whatever, but that's the only nudity in this
Yeah.
from her. To me, that
Do
seems...
we get nudity from anyone else?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
But that's the only
I can't
nudity
remember
from
anything.
her.
Yeah.
It's the only female nudity in this movie.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
I think it's interesting, though, that they don't show anything in the shower,
Nothing.
but they show a very quick shot here. It's kind of uncomfortable because he starts suckling.
Yep.
And he's old enough to be her dad.
It's weird.
It's real weird.
It's weird, guys.
And I said this to Bob during the film. Her dad just died, and now she's hooking up with this dude that's old enough to be her dad.
God.
It's some weird
It's some
daddy
weird
issue stuff. And
dad stuff
it's,
that I don't like.
It's concerning. But, that's how horror movies are with weird sex stuff. It's
That-
always an
That's
analogy.
how it is, man.
But I just thought this was interesting because, like, it feels to me like she refused to do nudity, and,
Yeah.
like, this was like her, like, fine, I'll do that.
Yeah. That's just whatever.
I don't know. I think it's worth mentioning.
Yeah, it is. It is for sure. So they're banging.
Yeah.
Cut to Marge.
Yeah,
who's
Marge is in
trying
the
to
other
read.
room who's trying to read. And then I think she just can't get into her book.
Yeah, she just can't get into it. She can't do anything.
And she picks up the doubloon thing.
So on the back
Silver
of every Silver Shamrock mask is like a small silver disc with the logo. That's basically just a label. That's all it looks like.
Yeah, it's a Silver Shamrock
Toy company.
toy company underneath.
Yeah.
And it's a shamrock.
Yeah,
so
it's just their logo.
three-leaf
That's all it
clover.
is. It's just like a metal plate or like disc that sticks
Yeah,
to the
it's
back of
silver.
every mask.
And I guess she was talking about a defective product, like
Yeah. She basically she said
fell
her
off.
son or whatever like threw the mask and it broke off. So
Yeah.
she brought it to get fixed
and
or
apparently
complain about it.
she looks at the doubloon for the first time,
Yeah,
and she notices that there's a
like an electronic like board on the back of it.
microboard on the back.
Yeah, like a microchip looking thing.
And she starts kind of poking at it with her finger.
And then she pulls out what, bobby pins?
Yeah, bobby pin from her hair.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm
Fiddling
gonna
with
poke it.
Yeah, fiddling with the fucking thing.
And what happens, Bob?
So she's fiddling, and she's like looking at it up real close. She's got her glasses on, and a fucking blue laser beam comes out and shreds her face.
No, it hits her in the face, and then it cuts back to the sex.
Yeah, well, it cuts back to the sex because everyone because they hear it because she like it's a loud noise.
Yeah, and they're going around for their second round at
yeah,
stuff, and it cuts back to them, and Ellie's like, "What was that?"
yeah. And then we get to see Dr. Callis' ass.
Doctor, that's later, Bob.
Does he not?
You're jumping the gun here.
God damn it!
Dr. Callis is like, "It's nothing. Get back."
Wait, really?
Yeah. She's like, "What was that?" And he's like, "It's nothing. Ignore it."
I don't remember that, but
'Cause
okay.
They were
Yeah,
they were pre-fun times.
yeah. Okay.
Anyways, then it cuts back, and
Oh God.
Marge's face.
It looks like someone
It looks like someone put a couple sticks of like M80s in her mouth
and then blew him.
and then blew them, and her mouth exploded outwards.
It's so fucking gross.
and that was gross enough for Bob.
Oh my God.
Her like eyes are red and bloodshot, and then from the corner of her mouth across this weird like
Cricket
beetle cricket thing.
Yeah.
Like it looks like a cricket had a baby with a spider.
It's fucking gross.
And
It's
it
just
just
crawling
crawls
on
up her face.
dead face. It's foul.
And Bob was like, "Oh, you fucking knew that this was in here."
I did.
I forgot. I'm gonna be honest. I forgot that was in there.
It was fucking
Yeah.
disgusting.
Then it cuts to the next day.
Well, no, it doesn't, because they come pick up the corpse
Yeah.
in the middle of the night, which I think is when they get up.
Yeah.
So a white van rolls up, and a bunch of fucking people in like
White suits.
scrubs,
Yeah.
basically white like doctor, nurse uniforms and shit, get out and go into the room. So then they're like, okay, there must be something. So they get up, and we get to see Dr. Callis' full ass cheeks.
Yep.
As he gets up and puts on pants.
And he's not wearing a shirt.
No.
It's the most nudity we've seen.
Yeah.
We
He
get
does
to
put
see
on a shirt
Dr.
before he goes
Callis
outside.
topless and
His ass
ass.
and one of her nipples, a single nipple.
He has to be 55 though.
He's old.
I'm just putting that out there. Maybe in his 40s, late 40s, but
Yeah.
it's just weird.
But so they go outside, and they're putting on clothes, and they're like, "What's going on?" Blah blah blah, and they're like, "Oh, nothing. Like we're taking Marge to the hospital," and he's like, "Oh, what hospital? I'm a doctor." And they're like, "No, Mr. Cochran's got it.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Cochran has this handled.
Who is the guy in charge of the factory?
He's the man in charge of the factory. His name is Connell Cochran."
and this factory basically owns the town.
Yeah.
Like you know that from the establishment.
Yes, it absolutely is like owns the town. everyone talks so highly of
This
it,
is
how
like-
much they like it. Like,
The small town where it's only one big source of income.
Yep.
It's the factory. And yeah, so Connell Cochran rolls up
yeah,
and gets out of his car and he's like, yeah, I'm taking her to the factory where we have state-of-the-art facilities.
yeah,
And I think if you didn't notice, the same time he like comes up,
yeah.
so does the guy who owns the hotel, and he also tries to hold him back,
Oh, I didn't really pay attention to that, but yeah, interesting.
which I think leads to the idea that probably a lot of people in the town
are in on it.
are in on it.
Yeah,
So then it cuts to the next day.
yeah,
Yeah, and they go to the factory.
yeah. The bit, fucking Biddy, Buddy, his family, and Ellie and Dr. Callis all go to the factory.
Yep, they meet there.
Yeah,
And really what's happening is Ellie and Dr. Drink-A-Lot are there to inquire if her dad picked up this order.
which he did apparently.
Which he did apparently, but Cochran's like, you know what? I'm going to give you another order
for free
for free. Just,
to replace the one that got lost.
yeah.
Which
'cause
is nice. Nice guy.
that's nice. And with how well this company's doing on masks,
Yeah.
like they have ads on every channel
Oh
like,
my god,
all
it's
the time.
insane.
They must spend so much money on ads, which tells me that like they basically sold a mask to every kid in the country twice.
I mean, yeah.
we do
it's-
see that
It's
eventually.
crazy.
But good business
Yeah.
practices. I'll say that.
And Buddy's there because he's like the best mask salesman ever.
Yeah, Buddy Comfort is the #1 salesman, and he's there too.
He's there to get a tour from the owner and like meet him and like do a whole thing.
Yeah, they're doing a tour of the facility, and Buddy's like, "Yeah, can I bring my friends along?"
Yeah, the new Ellie and Dr. Callis.
The Smiths,
The Smiths is what they've called themselves.
because
really
they're
creative.
hiding as a couple, hiding,
Yeah, hiding. They're
and they view the factory. It's pretty cool.
it is cool. I actually liked the way they did all that.
They're
stuff.
actually making masks.
Yeah.
You see them make masks. I think it's probably actual like where they made masks for the film.
The number of masks they had to make for this movie was probably insane.
So
So I've
not an insane amount, but like
they needed a lot though. The number that we see is like kind of
well, they
nuts.
can reuse some of them, but
Yeah, sure,
like all the masks
But
they had
still.
probably fit on some of those carts.
maybe.
But still, like they make a good amount of masks, and they have footage of them making the masks.
And
which
also, they have a bunch of the unpainted ones. And
Mhm.
prep, they have a bunch of ones that are halfway through the process.
I just thought it's a cool way they do a facility because
Yeah.
they actually have to do it.
I agree.
They
it
go
was
through
very
the
cool.
facility, and Buddy's like, "Can we see some of the behind the scenes stuff that they don't get to see already?"
Yeah.
And Cochran's just like, "Well, we have some noxious chemicals. You can't look at all
Yeah,
everything."
basically, he was like, wherever. Buddy wanted to see where they put the finishing touches on all the masks.
Yeah.
Like I think he called it product testing.
Yeah, product testing.
And he was like, can't see it. Too many noxious chemicals can't go in there.
Yep.
Which
also,
is,
like,
like,
trade
understandable.
secrets.
Yeah.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, we're onto something. But
Yeah.
so yeah, they go outside, and at this point, Drinksy,
Yeah.
Dr. Drinksy, notices that a guy in one of the sheds.
Is wearing a suit like the dude that killed the other guy.
Well, not that, just that he looks like the guy
oh,
that
yeah,
killed
yeah,
the
yeah,
father.
Yeah.
There's another guy who also looks identical to the guy who just got crushed.
Yep.
They're all wearing suits. They're all dressed the same. He also notices
Some of them wearing sunglasses. Some of them aren't.
people standing on the top of the buildings watching
Or
them.
in a dark shed corner watching them.
And most notably, they see the dad's car, Ellie's dad's car.
Yeah, Ellie is like walking out the door and she sees her dad's car.
They're
And-
putting it in a garage.
Yep.
So they book it.
Well, Ellie books it towards the car,
Yeah.
and he's trying to stop her.
Mhm.
At this point, shit goes down. Well, actually, does it?
I think they go back to the hotel room.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They do go back to the hotel room because they're freaking out because they know they've been had.
Yeah.
So
They
he-
leave. He said, "Let's get out of here," and they get out of there.
So they go back to the hotel room. Ellie's like, I'll pack.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he says he's going to go do.
I don't know. He
It's
goes
something
to the
else.
next door building.
I'm trying to remember because he says, you pack, I'll go
I think
X.
he called.
Oh,
the
he's
other
trying
lady.
to use the
He's-
phone.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll go call the cops. You start packing. So he goes to the other room where there's a phone and it's not working. Every single time he tries it, the operator's like, we can't process this.
Yeah.
Time.
Basically, the phone's not connected.
Basically, yeah, the phone's not connected and he can't get out to anyone that they need to.
And so he eventually hangs up and starts walking back to the hotel room. Notices the door's open.
Yep, which is not a good sign.
Goes in. No one's in there.
Yep.
So he goes back to the factory.
Well, no, he gets nabbed.
He doesn't get nabbed at this point.
Yeah, because he fights that one dude
Oh yeah.
and he gets nabbed because he loses.
What dude?
The dudes that show up in the room, dude.
Oh, I guess.
Right? Because that's in the factory.
Yeah, that's in the factory.
Does he just go back?
He just goes back looking for her.
Oh, yeah, I guess he does just run.
And he
Because he's
gets-
hiding from the cameras and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
he gets back into the factory.
because he climbs under that fence that no one
And
shut.
he climbs through a fence that no one shut. It's chained up, but the fence is wide open.
Yeah.
He goes
just
into the
climbs
factory.
Right through.
He gets caught on the cameras while he's sneaking around the factory,
Yeah.
and he finds in one room a old woman knitting,
Oh, yeah.
and it's a really It's an
old,
automaton.
cool animatronic. Yeah.
It's an automaton made with gears and stuff like that. And he kind of shakes it because he thinks it's real.
Yeah.
It's obviously not. It's very clearly like an automaton. Like it's semi-convincing, but you can tell.
Yeah. I mean, it looks kind of like an old woman, but I could tell it definitely was just like an automaton.
And he shakes it, and the head falls off, and he can see all the gears and stuff.
yeah.
And he kind of freaks out and runs away. And that's when he gets attacked.
That's when it was. I couldn't remember the middle part.
by one of these dudes in the suits.
Yep.
And he's getting choked out. He eventually flips himself on top.
Yep. And punches him in the stomach like 2 or 3 times.
And then some orange goo starts flowing out of this
out
guy's
of his mouth, and it's all over his hand.
And he rips out some wires
from
the center
I
of this thing's
called
stomach.
this shit so early on in the film. Because while Dr. Callis and Ellie have been in the town of Silver Shamrock, he's been making phone calls to and from the toxicology lady, or the autopsy lady, like the ME.
Yeah.
And she's like, because the dude at the beginning blew himself up in the car, burned himself. She's like, listen, we can't find any like body parts.
Yeah,
that
and
would
that's when
have
you're like,
survived.
I think they're robots.
And I was right. He's like, no bones, no teeth, no nothing. We cannot get anything. All we're finding is car parts. This fire must have been hot as fuck.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'll call some people and get some stuff figured out. I'll let you know.
Well, back to the present.
Yeah.
Where he's wrestling this thing. He sits up, his hands covered in yellow goo. He's freaking out.
It's thick goo, too.
And 2 guys come up behind him and grab his shoulders.
Yep.
And Dr. Cochran's there.
Yep.
And he's being like, this robot's an early model from like 1788.
Mm-hmm.
Irreplaceable.
So I think it says 1785.
Yeah, he says it's rare. He has to get a new one.
Yeah, it's
and
from
he's
Germany.
like, Drinksy, you're here. And he brings him into the belly of the factory.
I thought this area looked real cool, by the way.
Yeah, it's like a big open room.
Yeah,
There's
almost
some
warehouse style.
Yeah, there's some gangway walkabouts up top, like catwalks.
Mm-hmm.
And they walk him down, and in the center of this room is a large piece of stone
A giant rock.
with like holes drilled into it.
Yeah, where they've been taking chunks of it out.
And Cochran walks him over to a table where someone has like some stone bits.
Yep.
And he eventually reveals that like the stone is a piece of Stonehenge.
So I will say this movie is not
Poorly written.
poorly written.
Yeah.
It does a lot of interesting things that I find really cool, but it was very predictable, which was whatever.
It's odd.
It's odd. So basically, at the start of the movie, you know how the dude at the beginning, Ellie's father, was running away from the dudes in suits?
And he gets to the gas station.
Before he gets in the gas station, it gives us an establishing shot of the dude that works at the gas station sitting there reading a magazine
And watching the news.
And watching the news. And it's a report about how someone stole one of the pieces of Stonehenge and no one has any idea how they got it.
But yeah, so apparently Dr. Cochran and his robot stole it.
Took it. It's just they took it.
It's really funny because Dr. Cochran says, and you never believe how we got it here.
Yeah.
And then doesn't say anything
Nope,
else.
Doesn't explain it. Does not
I
explain
thought
it.
that was real funny. But yeah, he's basically like, we combine a little bit of old technology and new technology. Basically, they're taking a piece of Stonehenge, sticking it in those motherboards.
And then putting them on the silver things that go on the back of the masks.
Yeah. Basically, they're combining magic from Stonehenge because he says it's a sacrificial circle with
modern technology.
modern technology.
Which is a cool concept.
To have it do something.
We don't know yet.
That's where they do the demonstration.
This is where they show you what it does, which is fucked.
They also reveal at this point that Ellie is strapped up in a room.
Yep, she has been captured and is alive in a room somewhere strapped down.
But demonstration time. The guys in suits, who we know are automatons, lead the Comfort family into a metal room that's decorated like a living room.
Yeah.
And
sofa, fucking chairs. There's a TV. There's curtains hung up, but there's no windows behind them. It's just a metal wall.
It looks like something you'd see in like a nuclear testing zone.
Yes.
But long story short, they think they're there to test a new commercial and give their reviews. And the commercial comes on.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same commercial we've seen the whole
movie.
Instead of, X more days to Halloween,
It's
happy
Halloween.
Halloween. Happy Halloween. Silver Shamrock. And then it's...
Oh, we haven't explained. Little Buddy has a mask.
Yes, Little Buddy has a mask.
He was given a mask by Cochran. And he is wearing the mask at this point. He has put it on.
The commercial this time, instead of being like, come buy your mask, is like, hey kids, this is a giveaway.
Yeah.
Come put your mask on and sit in front of the TV.
So watch it, yeah.
And so Little Buddy puts on the mask, sits in front of the TV.
His mom bitches at him that he's too close. So he backs up
the mom's
a little
making
bit.
fun of the whole room because it's fake.
Yeah.
And Buddy sits in front of the TV, and this pumpkin appears.
Yep.
And this pumpkin's really interesting because it's the pumpkin that we see formed by a computer
at the beginning of the movie
in the opening credits.
Yep.
But this pumpkin starts flashing. It's kind of seizure inducing.
I said that multiple times.
And
I didn't like it.
We're kind of given shots of the TV and the Silver Shamrock thing kind of pulsing with the light on the back of the mask, and then it cuts to the front of the mask. And it looks like a rotten jack-o'-lantern's on his head.
It looks fucking foul.
And Buddy slowly slumps forward until he falls on the ground.
His mom starts freaking
His
out.
mom starts freaking out because, like, clearly there's things wrong. And then what happens, Bob?
So it cuts to Buddy slumping on the ground, then cuts to his mom freaking out, and then it cuts back. And I want to say probably hundreds
Yeah.
of crickets start fucking crawling out of the mask where his head was.
Yeah.
All over the floor. So many. And then it's not even crickets. It cuts to fucking snakes.
And then snakes start coming out of his mouth.
His mom faints.
Big snakes,
Instantly.
small snakes. There's some garter snakes. There is a couple.
You said there's a rattlesnake, right?
There's a rattlesnake that comes out of his mouth.
Yep.
The mom passes out,
Instantly.
and then some snakes start crawling on her.
Yep.
One tries to go in her ear. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw that, but I didn't want to mention it.
Dad gets bitten by
A
rattlesnake.
It dies.
Like a diamondback. Also, real snakes in this movie.
Yeah.
That's a real rattlesnake
And
biting
it
this
really
dude's
bit
leg.
the fuck out of that guy, yeah.
It just got like his genes or something.
Mhm.
Like they were prepared, but
Yeah.
real snakes. I thought that was
That was a cool
kind of
bit.
shocking that they got him.
Yeah, thought it was cool.
But yeah, and everyone in that room dies.
Yeah, instantly.
And Cochrane's like, "Yep, that's
That's
my
what it does.
plan."
Gonna kill a bunch of kids
And
by turning them into snakes and crickets.
obviously, Dr. Sir drinks a lot.
Is not okay with this.
It's not okay in that.
Because his kids have masks.
Yeah.
That his ex-wife
Because his
bought
wife
them.
is a good mom and bought the kids nice masks instead of shitty masks
That
like
he bought them.
them.
Yeah.
But he's just like, why? Why are you doing this? What was the point?
Yeah.
And Cochrane goes on this spiel
Yep.
about how like Halloween used to be ancient Celtic tradition.
Yep.
And it was a time to sacrifice like
Children.
children
And
and
animals.
animals. The ground ran with blood. That's
Yep.
where the world would run with blood again.
Yep.
And they did that to like allow for balance, I
Yeah,
guess, with the planet.
basically.
And he's like, it's my time again.
Yeah. He was like,
Gotta
they
do
haven't
it.
done this in 3,000 years. I'm here to do it again, baby.
Yep.
Because the planets are aligned.
Now at this point, when he's giving that speech, Drunker is strapped to a chair.
Yeah.
And
He's been detained
and he's put the mask over him
Yep.
when he leaves.
and turned the commercial on.
Turn the TV on.
The TV on.
There's
with
a
the-
horror marathon.
Which it's playing Halloween.
It's playing Halloween, the original Halloween, which I
Yeah.
think is really a nice little trick.
Yep.
And he leaves the room, and they're vaguely monitoring the doctor.
Yeah, there's a camera, and it cuts back and forth between the camera, the robot watching the camera, and the room.
Yeah, but the robot gets distracted pressing some buttons.
Well, he's actually distracted talking to Cochrane.
Yeah, same
on the,
thing.
yeah, on the phone.
During which time, no, he's pressing buttons.
Is he?
Yeah, he's
Cochrane's
pressing
on the
buttons.
phone though.
Yes, Cochrane gets on the phone.
Yeah.
And the robot's pressing buttons. And the doctor manages to scoot over to the
Yep.
TV,
And kick it in,
kick it in with his feet.
which means he no longer has threat of being bugged by the mask.
Yeah, because I think they started playing the commercial that would kill him
Yeah.
at this point. He kicks the TV in, grabs a piece of glass with the feet, somehow gets it to his hands,
Don't ask me.
cuts his hands out,
Yep.
takes his mask off, throws it over the camera in the corner,
Perfectly. A perfect toss.
gets himself completely out of his restraints,
Yep.
takes the screws out of a vent and climbs into it, and it only takes him 21 minutes.
That's just we only know that because it constantly shows us the clock.
Yeah, because they know that the commercial's going to play that kills everyone at 9.
Yeah.
So it's 8:21.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's 8:20.
It was 8:21.
No, it's 8:11.
8:11. You're.
Yeah.
God damn it.
It's
Yeah,
8:11.
That's what it was.
And so there's a time crunch. But
Yeah.
I will say, he got out of there pretty fast.
He did.
It doesn't seem very fast, but like for all the stuff he had to do.
Yeah.
So he starts crawling through the vents. Eventually, he finds a phone while avoiding detection.
Yeah.
Tries to call his wife.
Wife doesn't believe a word he's saying.
She's just like, "You're drunk, man."
Yeah.
Fuck you.
And he's
you're
like, no, they
horrible."
killed the whole Comfort family. I watched.
And she's like, she doesn't know who the Comforts are.
Yeah, she's like, what the fuck are you talking about, crazy man? Like, leave me, literally, like, leave me alone.
Yep. And he eventually hangs up. Goes finds Ellie.
Yep.
She's strapped to the bed.
Well, he calls. No, he doesn't.
No.
I lie.
yeah, he
I
finds
lied.
you lie all the time. It's okay.
But there's something happens between here because
Yes.
it cuts back to the ME.
It cuts back to the Emmy after he finds Ellie.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
Never mind
because the Emmy's looking at all the parts. She realizes something. She
Yeah.
goes to call a guy, and then she gets murdered by
By a dude in a suit.
Yeah, he gives her a lobotomy with a drill.
Yeah, he shoves a drill in her skull. It's
I'm
gross.
Sad we don't get to see the end results.
Oh, I'm not sad.
like his body
that
blocks
would have
out
been
him
so
drilling
bad
through
for
her
me,
head.
dude.
Yeah, but like I get not showing it, but we didn't get to see the end results, and that felt cheap.
It is, but I don't care. I did not want to see that.
Anyway, so then it cuts back. Ellie's free. They're
Yep.
running down the hallway,
She's been got.
and they're looking at boxes.
Yeah, and
Does she ask, "What are you doing?"
no, she doesn't speak.
Okay.
For the rest of the
I
movie.
thought she did.
Basically, they walk by one of the boxes and he notices that it's open and he shoves his hand in and is feeling around to see what's in it.
He grabs one of the medallions.
And he gets one of the medallions, and that gives him an idea.
So he sneaks somehow past all the robots.
Dude, the sneaking in this movie is insane. Because
he does some solid Snake level sneaking here. Like they grab a cart with masks on it
and they push it
move
next to him. Yeah.
through a very crowded area, somehow undetected.
Yep.
But yeah, he sneaks up to the computer, activates the commercial on all the TVs.
Yep.
In this central area where the
Because
Stonehenge
he watched
thing
the
is.
dude put the code in earlier to do that.
Yeah.
Because,
and then
yeah.
grabs the box full of medallions, climbs up into the catwalk,
And just
dumps
dumps them
it.
everywhere.
and it just starts shooting laser beams out,
Killing all the androids.
kills all the androids in the factory.
Which I found interesting. They count as sacrifices.
I don't know about that.
Well,
But what
yeah.
it does do is it activates a sacrificial circle.
Yep.
It's like a circle forms with all the TVs because they were arranged kind of in a circle.
For viewing purposes.
Circle forms made of the
Blue
blue
light.
light, and then the Stonehenge glows,
Yep.
and Cochrane claps,
And is like, good job, buddy boy.
gives him a nod, and then both things beam him,
Yep.
and he turns like
White. He looks like shock
and then
white.
disappears.
Literally disappears.
I want to come back to that later.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I have something that
Okay.
I want to talk about. But yeah, he gets out of the facility, Doctor
Yeah.
and Ellie. They're driving down the road.
Oh, not to mention, Stonehenge started sparking real bad and set the whole bitch on fire.
Yeah, the whole place burned down.
The whole place burns down.
Then I'm pretty sure the town's gonna burn down. But
yeah, I mean,
Cochrane's driving down the road. He's listening to the radio. The commercial pops on, and
Yep.
he's kind of like, "Fuck!"
I need to turn this off.
And then,
I called this shit too.
yeah, Bob kind of called it.
Ellie fucking starts choking him. Like,
Yeah.
choking his ass out.
She's an android.
She's an android too. They got her. They killed her and replaced her with a robot.
So he crashes into a tree. He fights her.
Yep.
Rips her arm off. Then rips her head off.
Knocks her head off
Well,
with
knocks
a
her head
tire
off.
iron from the trunk.
Yeah, that's fair. She kind of keeps attacking.
Yep.
He manages to put her down finally. Because I
And
guess she bleeds out too much yellow goo.
Yeah, whatever the yellow goo is, too much of it left her. I have no
And
idea.
then he
the
starts
amount.
running through the woods.
Running for dear life.
And comes across the gas station from the beginning.
The same fucking one.
Same dude's working.
He even goes, "Don't I know you?" Super funny.
Doctor runs into the gas station, gets on the phone, starts calling.
Like TV stations and shit.
I don't know who he's calling.
I
He's
have
calling
no
someone.
idea.
He's like, "You got to get the commercial off. You can say it's a bomb threat. I don't care."
Yeah, this needs to not happen.
He gets 2 of the 3 commercials off the air.
Yep.
And it's done very dramatically. He gets one off,
Yeah.
and there's a kid watching the TV.
So they switch channels because they want
And
to
she
watch.
switches channels.
Yep.
The second one comes off. That goes off the air.
Yep.
Third one comes on. At this point, the pumpkin's on,
Yep.
and he's just screaming, take it off, and it's a fade to black.
And then the movie ends.
Yeah. So that's Halloween 3.
Oh, we
Season of the
skipped
Witch.
something.
What?
All the shots of all the different kids in different parts of the country wearing masks.
Oh, yeah.
When does that happen?
That happens when
after?
Cochrane's, I think, giving his speech.
Oh, to him about how he wants to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's basically a scene where it just labels a bunch of like Dayton, Ohio, like,
Basically, big cities in different states.
and shows a
across the
bunch of
country.
kids wearing masks.
Yeah.
Like a ton of them.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana, California,
Yeah.
Los Angeles. Not really important, but it shows how popular the masks are. And
This-
basically, every kid has one.
Basically the severity of what Cochrane's trying to do.
Yeah. So, now that we've summarized it,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts, Bob? Because I said you'd either really like this movie or really hate it, but it's kind of weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. I didn't hate it,
No.
but it's strange.
it feels weird.
Something I wanted to talk about during the movie, and you stopped me.
Yeah, because I wanted you to wait.
When you told me this thing was written by a British sci-fi writer,
Yeah.
gives mega British sci-fi vibes.
It does.
With all the beams and shit.
Kind of like Doctor Who.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
I think it's interesting, though, that he's uncredited for the first draft. The director is given the credit for writing it.
Yeah,
Because the draft was changed enough and he didn't like the final.
that's fair.
But you can still feel his influence.
But I can feel the vibes you're getting. Yeah,
Yeah.
like with the robots and like the weird like.
It's just this weird combination of like cult stuff,
Yeah,
like pagan cult stuff with sci-fi. It's kind of cool.
it's interesting. For
Interesting.
Sure.
What'd you think about the androids? Just like there's androids.
Sort of a curveball, but cool.
Okay.
They were cool. I honestly, I want to watch. I even mentioned watching that movie that came out. That's coming out. Megan, the one about the killer doll robot thing.
Yeah, but you mentioned that when we were watching the first movie, I think.
Yeah, but I'm just
tonight.
saying, like, I think that's an interesting idea.
Oh yeah, androids are fun.
Yeah, especially because like they're daunting in the same way that Michael Myers is daunting, in that they're hard to kill.
They're not human, but they look human.
Yeah, and they're difficult to deal
There's
with.
that what's that divide thing? You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
The canyon where like the closer something looks to human, the more.
Oh, Uncanny Valley?
Yeah, Uncanny Valley.
Yeah, very Uncanny Valley.
Yeah. So, do you like it?
I don't want to say I didn't like it, but it wasn't great.
Not
It was
great.
very weird.
I think.
It was just strange, man.
Did you feel weird that it wasn't like Michael Myers?
Yes.
Yeah. Even though I
Upsetting.
told you that like this franchise wasn't supposed to be Michael Myers.
But see, here's the thing. I totally, after watching it, I
Mhm.
wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt with
Yeah.
everything I had in me because I love the first two movies we watched.
Yeah.
Halloween
You
1
did.
and 2 are
you were
phenomenal.
really excited about Halloween.
They're
2.
so cool. They're so good. I'm sad I hadn't seen them before now. Like, honestly. Like, they're so awesome. If you watch the first two and they're like, I'm going to watch the third one, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to, I can't, I see why people say this movie killed the franchise because
It didn't kill it, but it
didn't kill it, but it slowed it down.
It went away for 6 years.
And I don't know. I feel like if they had just started with Michael Myers and then hit us with this, maybe it would have been better.
You mean the reverse? If they started with this and then hit us with Michael Myers?
No. I mean, like if they hadn't made Halloween 2 and just made this instead, which is what I think they wanted to do.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Yeah, it would have been better, or not better. I would have subversed my expectations more.
I guess my point is, I don't think it's a bad movie.
I don't think it's a bad movie either. It's just not what I expected.
It's not great, but it's
And I wouldn't, honest to God, I wouldn't consider it a horror movie.
not bad.
I don't think it's scary at all.
You don't think it's scary. You didn't think the first one was that scary either.
I guess that's fair. I didn't.
Yeah, it's like a suspenseful movie. I don't think it's very scary, but you got grossed out by some stuff, so
Yeah, there is some gross shit.
I don't know if you're allowed to talk.
There is some gross
There's
shit
some
in this
body horror,
movie.
and it's rated R.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I just found that a lot of what made the first two good, this one didn't really do anything with it.
I think the issue that
Just because it's a very different movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think the issue that John Carpenter and Deborah Hill ran into is they did too good of a job making something iconic in the first one, and the fans and the studio just wouldn't let them abandon it. And when they tried to do something else, they were shut down.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't think it's bad. I think it would have done better if it wasn't connected to Halloween. Cause
I
people
feel the
saw it,
exact same way.
and they were just like, this isn't what I wanted. I wanted more of the same.
There it is. I completely agree with you. I find that it was not a bad movie. It was weird, but
But in a good way, I think.
in a good yeah.
And I think,
It very much reminds me of something similar to Phantasm.
yeah, that's a good
gives
example.
me Phantasm vibes. I've never seen those movies. I just know a lot about them because Evan likes them.
Evan really likes him. That's one of Bob's roommates.
Yeah.
But
We'll have on the show one day, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think he likes horror that
he doesn't
much.
like horror. Yeah, I mean,
He would come on and watch Phantasm with us, though.
he'd come
He would do
watch
that.
Phantasm with us. Phantasm would be weird. That's a movie for a different time.
But it's very similar vibes with
Yeah.
old creepy man and weird factory.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's odd. It's fun. Might have done better if it wasn't connected. Both.
I absolutely think it would have done way better if it wasn't connected.
From
If this was
a-
marketed as a weird sci-fi movie, I'd totally buy it.
It could have done
Because
it.
it is. It's just a weird little sci-fi movie that happens to be set on Halloween.
But I also just meant because, like, I feel like they probably had to change the story.
Oh,
like, they probably had
probably.
to change the original script a lot
Mm-hmm.
because people were like, make it more Halloween-esque.
Yeah, but and also I'm just saying this out loud. I'm not shitting on it for not being well written because it is well
It's
written.
well written, yeah.
There are lots of things that tie together and make sense, and it was easy to put together once you saw the lines.
Not as well as in Halloween 2.
Not as
That
well as
had some
Halloween
good
2.
stuff.
Halloween 2 had some fucking killer shit, but it was still well written because it was written by the same people that wrote the first two.
No.
It's not well. Sorry, it was produced by them,
Yeah.
so I assume they had some role in.
Written by the director for his first writing thing.
Yeah,
But, I mean, it was originally penned by a pretty famous author.
yeah.
Do you have anything else to add about this film?
I don't think so. I don't
right.
think I do.
So, I want to get into my discussion about Cochran really quick.
Okay, sure. Interesting.
So, there's some weird stuff about him.
Yeah, for sure.
I was
Definitely
thinking
some
about
weird
this
stuff.
when I watched the film. Some of the townsfolk say he started the factory right after World War II.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So, 1945, right?
Sure.
And it's 1982 right now.
82. Yeah.
So it's about 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how old he is.
I don't either.
But he allegedly also made toys before the factory.
Yeah, he was making toys before the factory.
Because
yeah.
we hear that from Buddy Comfort.
Yeah, he's like talking about the factory's history and like all the other. Because he's like, I've had toys he's made before.
Yeah,
When
he
I
was
was
a
a
kid.
Yeah.
Which, so he's been in the game for a while. He's
Yeah.
pretty old.
Mm-hmm. He's definitely old. He has white hair.
And then we get into some interesting stuff. Like, I guess what I want to bring up is he gives this whole speech about, like, Celtic stuff and
Mm-hmm.
Sam, how do you say it? Samhain. And he's just, like, talking about what it used to be.
Yeah.
He very distinctly uses we.
Yeah, but I think that's just because that's how he identifies himself. I don't think he means that he is like we as in the Irish people, because the town is very, very Irish, and
I
that's
know.
the whole point of one of the parts of the film. A lot of people in the town have Irish accents.
That's how it's done. But then he says some weird things that make it seem like he witnessed stuff.
He might be a gabillion years old.
And it just gave me the vibe that he was a gabillion years old. Because
It might be.
he when
He's
he's
such a
talking
creepy
about
old
like
fuck.
the last time they did it,
Yeah, 3,000 years ago.
he was just like, yeah, we witnessed. He's
Yeah.
like, he says things that are very distinctly I.
Yeah.
They aren't phrased explicitly that way,
Yes, they are not.
but
It feels as
I
if
got the vibe that
Yeah.
he was much older than we knew, especially because like he has this weird automaton from like 1788,
Yeah.
and he acts like he picked it up, and he's just like, oh, I gotta get another one.
Yeah.
It's a weird way to treat something that's that old, unless you're old.
Also that old.
But my tie-in is
Okay.
he knows all this weird Celtic stuff, which seems like that the fact that the Stonehenge is a sacrificial thing,
Yeah.
which is not really necessarily a real thing.
Yeah.
But like he knows about all this magic stuff
He straight up knows magic. Yeah.
when no one else does, from what we can tell.
Yeah.
But kind of like importantly is the reaction to the lights to him,
Oh yeah.
where he kind of just disappears into the light.
Yeah. It's almost as if he knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah, because he's very calm,
Yeah. He's pretty chill after he gets blasted.
and he just disappears into the light.
like literally fades out of existence.
And the thing I was thinking is that he says that he's essentially like I don't know, an avatar for the planet. Like he's doing the planet's business.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And to me, that kind of felt like he's this really old dude, and like that he was kept alive so he could do this.
Yeah. And he does it.
And he does it, and he succeeds.
Yeah. From all
I
we
don't
know,
know.
he succeeds.
That's the feeling I got from it.
That's fair. I don't know. I feel like this is very cosmic horror-esque in the idea that he, and a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know how to explain this. Basically, what I'm getting at is he embraced his fear of the unknown and was
Yeah.
just cool with it, man.
I don't know. I felt like
It felt very cosmic horror because I don't know where he ends up,
he
right?
just felt more than a man.
Yeah,
I guess that's what I'm saying.
that's fair. The movie definitely builds him up to be more than
especially
that, too.
because like he has access to this technology.
Yeah.
It doesn't explain how he gets it.
No. Has no one,
but it
no one
shows
explains
that he
it.
has some pretty high-tech, old-fashioned tech.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, he's fucking building
I'm just saying,
robots
if
and
he's
shit.
3,000 years old, he could probably build a robot himself.
Probably. He's been learning a long time.
Yeah, I don't know. He seems.
I think that's fairly
odd.
interesting. He's definitely a weirdo.
I just wanted to mention it because that was the thing that stuck out to me.
Yeah, I think that's actually honestly a pretty good theory. Is that Cochrane is a gabillion years old and has witnessed all of this and is just like immortal from ancient magic that we don't know about.
Or like a ghost or something.
I don't think he's a ghost. I don't know. He's
But-
definitely real.
Or a revenant.
Well, revenants usually die and then come back seeking out a task because they've been wronged. They usually
Well,
have
yeah,
like some sort of revenge
But
thing going
he
on.
refers to himself as like.
You think he's the planet's revenge for this shit?
Well, I was gonna say he refers to himself. He doesn't use like the word pagan. I believe Drunky calls him like a witch or whatever.
yeah,
But like he talks about how like all that stuff was wiped out.
yeah, he
So
does.
if he's a revenant, he could have been like a part of the last Salwin. Got
That's kind of
murdered
interesting.
by like
the English.
well, it would have been the Romans, but yeah.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean.
The Romans, and then was resurrected to one day, cleanse the planet as his task of revenge.
yeah, damn,
Fun theories.
fun little theories.
But yeah, that's the last thing I wanted to mention. It's not much to say about this movie. It was odd.
yeah, I mean, I don't hate it, but it's definitely a weird movie from the '80s.
It's a weird movie. It's weirdly not a Halloween movie as we think of.
No.
Though I will say, do you agree that that's had to go under the Halloween
Oh
category?
yeah, absolutely. This had to be a Halloween movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about
It's all about Halloween.
It's all about Halloween. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole movie is just about
I had to
Halloween.
include it, even
Yeah.
though it's,
Not
weird.
Michael Myers.
Not
and
Michael
not
Myers.
relevant to the first two films.
I also was like, I gotta include it now because I don't know where else I'll fit it.
Yeah, that's completely fair. Honestly, you could have stuck this under a one movie under Halloween.
I could have, but that seemed weird. Be like, we're watching Halloween 3
3,
today.
yeah.
Especially if we were like, we're watching Halloween 4. And you're like, what happened to 3?
Yeah, that's true. I would have questioned it.
And this way it was kind of a surprise. But that's all I got. So let me go to our question and answer time. Bob,
Yeah.
what would you rate it out of 10
Oh, like
for scariness?
scary?
That's always what I ask.
4.
4?
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually only one less.
Than the first Halloween.
the first
Which I
Halloween,
didn't think
which
was
I think
that
is
scary at
interesting.
all. And I didn't think that this was very scary either.
But did the bug stuff get you?
yes.
Yeah.
It was gross. It was not scary.
Yeah, but we'll say that's in the same kind of vein.
No.
Mm,
I will
same vein.
disagree with you.
Gross out horror is kind of a thing.
Gross out horror is the thing, but I don't think this was gross out horror. Like I was not scared gross. That's gross.
Basically there was bugs coming out of them because they were rotting from the inside, and the bugs
Oh.
were spawning from that.
Oh, that's foul. That's so gross, dude.
Does that make it better?
No.
Oh,
It doesn't help anything.
who would you recommend this movie for?
Oh god. If you want, so what is that movie that came out in the 80s that was Weird Science? Is that what I'm thinking of? Where they make a woman?
Oh,
Is that called Weird Science?
it might be Weird Science. Wacky Science? I think it might be Weird Science. Strange Science.
Strange Science gives me similar vibes.
Oh, really?
Weird 80s sci-fi.
I was going to say Phantasm. If you like Phantasm.
If you like Phantasm, yeah.
might be a good movie.
Yeah, I don't think I would say I wouldn't use this is technically horror, but I would not call it a horror movie. I was not. It didn't have the same
You didn't think it was scary.
structure that I find horror movies to. It felt more like an investigative sci-fi movie to me, like
With
the X-Files or something.
With horror elements.
With horror elements, elements thrown in.
Yeah.
Which is a cool, like, I think a lot of this film's ideas are really interesting and super cool. I just don't think that they were executed perfectly.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I think it's a good film if you're into things that try to combine sci-fi and kind of occult stuff.
Yeah. That is, I think that's super interesting.
There's a couple kind of old British stuff that does that.
Oh, really?
Some early, like, Doctor Who stuff.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Where it's like, oh, we got some occult stuff and ghosts, but then we also have, like, some sciencey stuff mixed in. And if you're interested in that, it's kind of a weird vibe, but it wouldn't say it works, but it's very distinct.
I'm glad we watched it because it was interesting for sure.
Good wrap up to the night.
Good wrap up to the night, but it was weird.
All right.
It was weird it was weird to be weird. You know what I mean? It wasn't weird because it was funny or weird because it was just weird.
It's just bizarre.
Like when Cochran first started explaining his motivations, I was like, why the fuck would anyone do this? This doesn't make any fucking sense to me. But then I was like, okay, I kind of get it now. But I'm also just like, what?
Cochran's cool.
Strange movie.
So, did you add anything to your list, Bob?
I added something to my list. I actually
add?
added something. So I had to add something at the bottom of my list. I added to the list bugs out of mouths.
Did you not add that already?
No.
For the spiders?
No, that's just under spiders. This is specifically something coming out of someone's mouth. I won't say bug. I will say stuff out of mouths that is not the human, that should not be coming out of them.
All right. Are you adding an extra check mark for the spider one?
Well, no, that's under spiders.
Oh.
There's a different stuff.
All right. Well, anything else to add? Or we'll cut to the outro?
Well, we got to scream first.
Well, yeah,
then.
we'll do the outtakes, but then we'll get there.
Yeah, I'm done here. This
All right.
movie was strange. I think there might be some good outtakes. Oh, there's a really good one that I wrote down on my phone at 49 minutes.
What?
I don't know. Hold on.
We'll do this. Let's cut to the outtakes.
Yeah,
You can
you'll
tell me.
hear it.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the outtake section of this episode of Beware the Board. I hope you enjoyed us watching the first 3 Halloween movies. I think they were fun. This one got a little weird, but that's okay. This first outtake coming up is our reaction to the first encounter we see in the film with the androids, where Ellie's dad is running away from one and ends up getting him crushed in the junkyard behind the gas station. What is this guy doing?
He's working at the gas station, making money.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what is happening outside the
Being
gas station?
He's
got a big-ass mustache.
Working man.
He's a hard-working man.
Yeah, working the night shift.
That's what we do.
Only cool people work night shift.
That's not true.
That's very not
We
true.
work with a bunch of freaks.
Weird people work night shift.
Weird-ass people.
Including us. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest. Strange individuals.
I almost said someone's name.
Do
Just
not.
now.
You'd have to bleep it.
I know. Oh, god damn. What the fuck? Is he dead? This next clip is our reaction as we watch Ellie's dad get his nose bridge ripped out through his eyes by one of the androids. I don't understand why they're killing people yet, or why they're trying to kill this man with the mask. But I'm sure that will be revealed later.
Because they're menacing. Yes.
Number 13. This guy looks like his name is just John.
Yes.
It's the most generic looking white man I've ever seen in my life.
You're going to be looking for screams.
Oh!
Do it.
Oh, he's getting choked out. Or not, like, smothered.
Yeah.
Wait, he's just gonna punch him
Choked
to
out.
death? Oh! Oh my god! He's killing him by gouging his eyes out with his fingies.
Yeah, if you insert your fingers far enough into the brain and then
he
rip the nose out.
Oh! Oh my god! Oh, he's dead. He's dead. He's definitely dead after that. I thought he had a little bit of fight in him for a second. This next clip is our reaction as we watch the same android that just murdered Ellie's father commit self-immolation in his own car. What? No way! That's the craziest shit. He just blew himself up.
Well, he lit himself on fire and then the car blew up that he was sitting
He
in.
blew himself up.
I mean, if you want to dumb it down, I guess.
Well, I'm dumbing it down for the people listening. That's wild. What the fuck?
That's so cold, though. Like, you fucking rip someone's nose out and
And
then
then
just
kill
slowly
yourself?
walk to your car and set yourself on fire.
Jesus Christ. This next clip is our reaction to the homeless man who opposes Silver Shamrock Toys and Colonel Cochran getting his head cleanly ripped off by 2 of the androids. What are they about to do to him?
They're
They took
taking
his
his
hat
hat.
off. That's nice.
Not the gumdrop.
Are they going to kill him the same
Buttons.
way? Oh! Oh my god! Dude, these fucks are strong. Oh, the spurt was cool. Out of his neck. They just cleanly ripped his head off with their bare hands. Just grabbed him by the skull and ripped it off. What the fuck? You don't have anything to say to that? You're not perplexed at all?
Rawr.
This next clip comes to us from a point in the movie where Ellie and Dr. Callis are having sex, and Ben hits us with a really funny joke. Okay, well now you're just being hot and sexy and trying to bang this old man.
Well, she's not trying. I'm pretty sure she's already succeeded. This is for round 2.
Oh, I don't like this.
Why?
It makes me uncomfortable.
Because you get to see old man back.
Yeah.
There's a surprising lack of hair. Is that just me? Did I expect more hair on an old man's back?
Yeah, that's a you thing. I'm not that hairy though. So,
I mean, sure, but like an old man seems like that's where they'd have a lot of hair.
no, is he sucking on her titty?
Yeah, he's nursing.
Yeah, he's nursing. Oh, that's got to go in. This next clip is a double clip because the parts were so close that there was no reason for me to edit 2 different clips in. It's just one big piece. It's our reaction to Ellie letting Dr. Callis know that she's older than she looks, and our reaction to Marge getting a laser beam in the face from the Silver Shamrock tag on the back of the masks.
Oh,
What does that fucking mean? Ew!
That's what someone says when they're not
of age. Oh, this is uncomfortable. This movie's horrid.
How old are you?
Carlos something.
I'm older than I look.
She's done reading. Oh, she's just been listening to them fuck?
No, I think she was trying to read.
She was trying to read. Oh, the thing fell on the floor. Weird. What is it like a motherboard?
It's something.
Some sort of electronic in the thing for the Shamrock thingy.
Well, it wasn't in it. It was on.
Yeah.
It's what lets it glow in the dark.
Is that what it is? No, glow in the dark's like bioluminescence. Oh! What the fuck?
Who cares? We're mid-coitus.
No, hold on. Don't say who cares, you son of a bitch. What the fuck just happened?
They're mid-coitus, Bob. Who cares?
Oh! Oh, no. Don't show me this. No. Oh! Holy shit! It like laser beamed her face. What? No. This is not funny. Ben, this movie is not funny anymore. What is that? What the fuck is that? Benjamin.
It's a good night's sleep. That's what that is.
Benjamin. You knew this was going to freak me out, didn't you?
I actually forgot that is a thing in this movie. I forgot. I swear to God. Scout's honor.
Oh, you saw a man's ass. Sorry, I had to point it out. So we saw
Thank you.
it. This next clip is my reaction as Ben brings up a fairly interesting and important point about Dr. Callis and Ellie's relationship.
Do you think that's why she's into him? Because, like, her dad's dead and now she has daddy issues?
Oh, God. Dude.
What?
You gotta stop with
What?
this weird sex psychoanalysis thing you've been doing in movies.
It's not weird sex psychoanalysis.
Yes, it is.
Okay, you know what? Even if it is, that is my right. Because because horror is intermingled with sex.
It is. It's true. You're right. Lots of sex in horror movies.
They argue that a lot of stuff in horror movies is an analogy for sex. Like the Final Girl thing has to do with virginity.
That's interesting.
And reclaiming your
innocence?
your femininity
Oh, okay.
and stuff like that.
This next clip comes to us from the death of the Comfort family as they're locked in a room to do some advertisement testing. I don't understand. Oh. Okay. All right, buddies. What is happening under that fucking... Oh my God.
He's fine, Bob.
Ooh! Are those fucking crickets?
It might be crickets, but I assure you. He's
Oh
fine.
my God. Oh, she fainted, which is fair because...
Oh, like a snake's.
What the fuck? What is wrong with these people? Why would you make that? Oh, there's the snake.
Oh, that's a rattlesnake, I think.
There's a big... Is he gonna pass out?
Yeah, that's a poisonous snake. Is that a rattlesnake? Yeah.
Holy
I know my
shit.
snakes. I'm good with snakes.
Why would... I don't understand. Oh, it's gonna bite him. He's gonna die.
That one wasn't poisonous. That one's a rattlesnake.
He just got bit by a fucking rattlesnake and he's gonna die.
It's okay, Bob.
Holy shit. This next clip is our reaction as we see one of the doctors that Dr. Callis has been communicating with off and on throughout his trip gets a drill through the skull delivered by one of the androids. Jesus Christ. What is he gonna do to her?
I mean, I assume he's going to give her a hug
Oh no!
with the drill.
A hug with a drill, Benjamin?
Yeah.
No.
I know
No.
it's kind of weird. Maybe a little screwy, but...
You and your bad puns. Please, oh God, please don't kill this lady. She does not deserve it. She has done nothing
Oh,
to you,
it's a little
Robo Man.
It's a little spring.
You're a little spring.
No, that's what it was. Like it wound up when she spun it.
Yeah, I know. I was watching.
Okay, just making sure. She was like, I don't think this is the car part. It could be a car part.
She looks. She knows too much.
Well, yeah. She's like, I realized something. I don't know what she realized.
I don't know what she realized. Yeah, I don't know what she could have possibly put together. Oh! All right, she got grabbed. Oh, she's just getting. Oh no! Please don't. No, seriously, don't show me this.
We gotta drill the information out of her.
You drill the. No.
Remove the
In
knowledge.
The ear? Oh my God! Jesus Christ!
All right, I think we lobotomized the information out of her.
Ah!
Are you a fan of lobotomies?
No. Just watched a woman get a drill through the skull.
It's called a lobotomy.
Shut up.
It's what it's called.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back from the Screams. How are you, Ben?
Good. I think those were some good outtakes.
I think they were too.
We totally listened to those.
Yeah, before we recorded this.
All right. So I don't have much to
No, we don't have
chill
anything.
out with this movie. We did 2 outros already tonight, so
Yeah, we're
third
kinda
outro.
chilling.
It's a Wednesday if you're getting this.
Yeah, Wednesday.
So we got a new board spot for Friday.
Coming up,
Yeah,
baby.
so in 2 days.
We'll see what else the board has to offer
So
us.
maybe it'll be better than Halloween 3.
Yeah, it
I don't know if that's possible.
Weird, man.
I'm just all I'm gonna say is I'm gonna miss Dr. Loomis. I don't know where he went, but he wasn't
I don't
in
know
this
where
movie.
he went. So I think we didn't mention it last outro we did, but we should mention when we finish the board, which will be 9 Friday episodes total.
Yeah.
The next Friday we will not be putting out a normal episode. We will be putting out the special 10th episode.
Did you decide we're doing that as its own Friday?
Yeah, I think we should do that. That makes sense
Okay.
to me. It gives you time to figure out what movie you're going to put on my board or my section of the board.
I mean,
since
that's
you don't know
fine
what it
if
is.
you want to do it that way.
I just think it makes sense,
Okay.
personally.
I don't care.
So we'll do a special 10th wrap-up episode on that Friday where we're going to talk about like our favorite movies, our favorite categories, movies we didn't like, movies we liked, our thoughts overall on the genres that we picked, like the categories, you
Yeah.
know, stuff like that. Basically just probably like an hour-long wrap-up of us talking about every movie a little bit.
And we're also going to include like our next board picks.
Yeah, so at the end of that episode, we'll talk about what we're putting on the next board.
I guess we'll unveil our winner for the random at that time too.
Yeah, we'll unveil that at that time. So another thing, good, thank you for bringing it up. We're going to put out a straw poll soon or it might already have gone out by the time you're listening to this. But vote on that if you're listening.
Is that going up on YouTube or are you just sending it out to
I
people?
haven't decided what I'm going to do yet.
Okay.
But if you can, vote on the straw poll to determine what we're going to pick for our last category for the random side of the board for the next board.
Yeah, there will be a time limit on voting though.
Yeah, because we have to put this out in a timely manner.
Yeah.
Let's think.
Otherwise, Spotify might be up at this point.
Yeah, check us out on Spotify. if you
Probably
can.
not though, but
Maybe.
it could be.
I don't know, man.
Go to Twitter. Bob will post things on there. I don't know what he does.
You don't even follow our Twitter.
Yeah.
It's at Beware the Board. I tweet out every episode as when I put it live. I tweet out a link and a little bit of a description of the episode.
You might start posting about what movies are coming up.
Yeah, so I think we might actually start doing that. I might hide it. So I think what we're going to do is the Friday before an episode comes out, because some people are interested in what the episode will be, like the
To
movie
watch
itself.
the movie before.
Yeah, they're watching
the
before we
episode.
talk about it. So I'll tweet out probably a tweet with an image, and then I'll hide it with the spoiler button or whatever, and then you can click on it to see what movie we're going to watch in case
Yep.
you want to watch it before
Or
we watch
what
it.
movies.
Yeah, or what movies,
Yeah.
because, we just watched 3 movies in a freaking night, so
3:48.
yeah. Oh, I mean, that's not too bad. It's Saturday. What else we got to do?
Whatever. I want to sleep though.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
And otherwise YouTube. That's
Yeah.
where we got all our videos right now.
Yeah, subscribe, leave comments if you have any suggestions for categories for the random part of the board, or if you have comments or movies recommendations for Ben to put on the board that you think might fit our categories.
Or if you have some questions or something you want us to talk about when
Yeah.
we're discussing boards,
Yeah.
it's always helpful.
Always leave that shit in the comments because we'll read it and it will influence the content. And if we're making stuff you want to watch, you'll watch it more, which is good.
Yeah.
I think that's everything, Benjamin.
All right.
I think
well,
we're finally done.
I guess have a nice couple days and we'll see you Friday.
We will see you on Friday. Bye.